Hello everyone, this is Wun here. Hope you all are in a happy mood. I certainly am, cause today we are gonna talk about one of my favorite Straw Hats who made his first appearance during the NS Lobby arc. Of course, here I am talking about the super character which I am sure every one of you loves, Fukuroku from CP9. I mean to say, the one who defeated Fukuroku from CP9, the super cyborg Frankie. Now, Frankie has accomplished various feats over the period, but during the recent chapters, he's just going over the top. He's ready, he's going in it, he's going all out, no matter who he is up against. And today, we are gonna delve into a little bit of his character and his fights throughout the stories. Now, without wasting any further time, let us jump straight into the video. But before that, you obviously have to watch once again the super docking, which was first done during the Thriller Bark arc. So here you go. Now that you have witnessed the epicness of Super Frankie, let us start with his introduction in the Water 7 arc. When Frankie was first introduced, he was introduced as a mafia boss who collected the local thugs from Water 7 living in the downtown and built up his own family, the Frankie family. He was also the boss of the family, but obviously he had built a very brotherly relationship with all the members, and they all referred to him and respected him as their big brother, calling him Frankie Aniki. Now Frankie was not very fond of the Straw Hats, as you remember that when Frankie took the money from Usopp to buy Adam Wood from the undermarket to build up an awesome ship, although he was stopped by the CB9. Well, that's different. Now when the Straw Hat Pirates were all set to save Robin from the clutches of CP9, we had Frankie who burned the papers for the blueprints for the ancient weapon, the warship called Pluton. Now that warship is said to be capable of destroying islands with a single blow, so it was a very precious piece of document which was protected by the shipwrights of Water 7 from centuries. It was passed down to Tom, who passed it to Iceberg, and Iceberg was the one who gave it to Frankie for safekeeping. But after meeting the Straw Hats and witnessing what they were capable of and what they were, he decided that there was never a time when Robin would try to revive the ancient weapons, so they won't be needing those anymore, and he burned that away, further infuriating the CP9 members along with Spandam. Next up, he had an epic fight with Fukuro, which was his first fight, which I would say was his first fight as the unofficial member of the Straw Hat Pirates. He also blew away the Monster Point Chopper, which is no easy task to do. But before all that, we also learnt about the backstory of Frankie, how he was a child abandoned by his parents who were pirates. We still do not know who the pirates were, who the parents were, but maybe Oda has some plans, maybe not. We'll get to know in the future stories. But when Roger was executed, the government find out that the ship Roger Pirate sailed, the Oro Jackson, was built by Tom, one of the shipwrights from Water 7. They arrived there to take him to the Gate of Justice, and obviously everyone knew that once he was taken to that place, he is sure to die. So Frankie tried to stop the train from which Tom was taken to the Gate of Justice NS lobby, but he was blown away. His half the body was blown away. He somehow swam to an abandoned ship, a ghost ship, I must say, and using the scrap metal present on that ship, I don't know still how he built up an cyborg body for himself using some scrap metal of a ship from a pirates. Well, whatever, it's a fictional story. We have to give Ota some liberty here. After accomplishing that, he returned to Water 7 and build up his family, which we discussed some time back in the video. So getting to the next arc, he was present in the Thriller Bark arc. There he had his first fight as a Straw Hat, as an official member of the Straw Hat, I must say, where they all teamed up against to fight a monstrous Luffy, or I must say, Luffy in the body of a monster, a 70-meter tall giant, Ors, an ancient giant who was said to be the continent pullers. During the Thriller Bark arc, he helped the Straw Hats in various ways. One of them was building a bridge in merely 30 seconds with some scrap lying around, and then afterwards complaining about the design because he was short on time and material. Well, it's Frankie, he's super, he can do anything. During the fight with Ors, he blew some major blows to Ors, and in the final confrontation, we have him build a machine to freeze Ors, just as asked by Chopper. But before getting that, how can we forget the first fortnite play by Frankie? Also, the epic docking, which you all witnessed in the start of the video. So it was an arc where Frankie shined a lot, I must say. But afterwards, his epicness was controlled by Oda. He was going out of the bounds. He was on the way to becoming the favorite Straw Hats for many people. So Oda had to control him a bit, and he did not do anything majorly overpowered, over exciting until we arrived to the Fishman Island, the post-time skip arc. But going towards the post-time skip arc, we should look into what he did between the two years. He was sent to the Winter Island where Vegapunk used to work by Kuma. So there he worked into the laboratory of the scientist who is said to be 500 years ahead, and learnt many things and incorporated those things into not only his own body, building a more super body, but also building the General Frankie, also a submarine, a motorcycle, a tank which he can dock together to build his General Frankie. Now that was surely an arc where Frankie shined a lot. All the Straw Hats, male Straw Hats, not male also, mainly Usopp, Chopper and Luffy, who were just amazed by what Frankie is doing with all those machinery that he built. So that was an awesome arc for Frankie. Now getting to Dressrosa, he had a fight with Senor Pink. Now that was a very manly fight. Both of them went up against each other using only their arms, their body, their manly body, their super bodies, I must say. Both of them, by the end of the fight, had respect for each other. During this arc, he also had a moment where he was all set, all data mined, all ready to help the Tontatas, and even was ready to go against the orders of Luffy. Although we all know Luffy, he always supports his crew, so he did support Frankie, but Frankie showed some determination there towards helping the Tontatas, which was very nice. But finally, getting to the epic madness which he accomplished in the past two chapters, chapter 988 and chapter 989. In chapter 988, he rolled over his FRU motorcycle over the face of a Yonko, straight run over his motorcycle over Big Mom's face, and then he was posing there along with Brook. He did not give a damn about Big Mom. He did not care. She was a Yonko. She was an emperor. She was one of the strongest pirates sailing those seas. But he was just super. He had a very nice, cool interaction with Big Mom, saying, "You like my metal bot, Grandma?" pointing towards his FRU motorcycle, and saying that I am also very fantastic and tough. Now, when Big Mom saw this, she was obviously very angry with the Straw Hat Pirates. Nami, she was scared of Big Mom. She said we should run away. She is a Yonko of the sea. But then Frankie has his epic dialogue. He was standing face to face with a Yonko, or I must say, face to radical beam of Yonko. He was set to fire his super attack on Big Mom's face and had this epic line to Nami where he said, "Do you wanna make her captain the king of the pirates or not?" And he was set to attack Big Mom, although he was interrupted, but that different. And now he has called up his General Frankie once again, and as ordered by Luffy, Luffy will be making a beeline for Kaido, and he has asked his crewmates to watch his back, clear up the way. So maybe we can have Frankie versus Big Mom once again in the future chapters. We'll see how that goes. Now, before ending this video, I had to mention one more thing very quickly. You may remember during the backstory of Oden, he met Frankie on the shore of Water 7. So maybe that was the time when the Oden's chadness rubbed off against Frankie in that one meeting. That one meeting was sufficient to turn Frankie into the super metal guy he is now. Now, this is all I wanted to talk about Frankie in this video. There are many other super things which he accomplished over this story, but this is a short video just appreciating the epicness of Frankie before we can get any more in the upcoming chapters, which I'm sure we'll be getting. Oda is not disappointing us with the Straw Hats. So look forward to that. Now, if you like this video, do hit like, comment, and to be updated on future videos, do hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Hope you have a good day or night, everybody, for whichever time zone you are in. Signing out.